So today we will be looking at 3 anime that fell off instantly. But, plot twist, some of these anime you might already know. And have they really fallen off? Well, let's find out. So today we will be splitting and discussing these anime with 3 subsections. Number 1, why didn't these anime do well upon release? Number 2, what was the anime about? And 3, how is the anime regarded in 2024? And with all of that out of the way, let's take a look at number 1, Redline. Redline is an intense, futuristic racing film centered on a daredevil racer who competes in illegal races across a deadly alien planet. Sounds pretty cool, right? It reminds me of Initial D, but instead of tofu, you have deadly aliens. The competition in this anime is known for its no-rules approach, and this attracts racers from all across the galaxy. Our MC is pitted against rival racers, and as the race unfolds, political conspiracies and personal motivations add layer to the chaos that is Redline. This anime truly emphasizes grit, determination, and a love for racing. Now, why did this film flop? Despite its stunning visuals and the fact that it was entirely hand-drawn, Redline somehow flopped at the box office. Now, this anime was released at a time where digital animation had already come and peaked. And because this anime was so expensive to produce, it became a huge risk. Now, that might not be a huge issue, that has nothing to do with its popularity, but outside of that, the marketing team failed to produce a good, compelling angle for this anime. Really, it lacked a strong hook for a mainstream audience. Now, some people believe it flopped because it didn't resonate well with the Japanese audience, who at the time were leaning more towards a character-driven story rather than something like this. Now, with all that being said, how did Redline do financially? We get the gist that it wasn't that popular upon release, but how did it really do in terms of the dollars? Pretty bad. Yep. Pretty bad. So Redline grossed $214,000 worldwide. Yikes. And I mean, I wouldn't mind 200 grand. I would love 200 grand, but for an anime that has been released worldwide, that's not that great. Now, given that this anime had a budget of 30 million, did I read that correct? 30 million, god damn! Man, that is sad. Sad that it did not do better. Anyway, moving on. Guys, before moving on to the second anime, if you're enjoying this video so far and you want more, don't forget to slap the shit out of the succulent like and subscribe button down below. I hate my job, and I would love to do this full time for you, so show some love. Now, this one most people know as a banger, and that is the movie Akira. But what you might not know about Akira is it didn't do too well upon release. But before I get ahead of myself, for those of you who haven't watched it, Akira is an anime set in a dystopian 2019 era of Neo Tokyo. It follows Kaneda, the leader of a biker gang, and his best friend Tetsuo. Now, after a motorcycle accident, Tetsuo gains psychic powers, which happen to spiral out of control, threatening the city. And whilst all this is happening, Kaneda is trying to save his friend, and at the same time, they are uncovering government conspiracies and secrets about Akira. Now, who the f*** is Akira, you might ask? This mysterious child. As I said, Akira is a mysterious child who caused a catastrophic event years earlier. Without giving too much away though, the story explores themes of friendship, power, corruption, and humanity's potential to basically destroy itself. Banger, right? Everyone loves Akira. All the homies love Akira. And for me personally, I really like that old, nostalgic, cyberpunk kind of animation. But when it was first released, not many people thought the same. To be honest, this anime had quite the complex narrative, and the film happened to condense everything from the manga into about a 2-hour runtime. And as we all know, unfortunately, when dealing with these adaptations, we tend to lose a lot of what makes it good, and sometimes the pacing feels a little bit rushed. The animators have a schedule they need to somehow fit all of this information into here, so things need to be cut out, and sometimes it feels a little bit janky. Now, this can't really be used as an excuse because that's just how it is. That's how it is for all mangas being turned into animation. If you're going to do a movie, that comes along with it as a risk. But outside of this, the anime did touch on a fair few philosophical themes, which people like myself, honestly, straight over my head. Not for me. skip me with that. So again, people felt like it was mispaced. People felt like it was a bit too philosophical. And upon release, the Western audiences weren't really used to this storytelling style. Keep in mind, in this time period, people weren't used to the fuckfest mindfuck that is Japanese anime. We're a little bit more conditioned to it, but imagine 20 years ago, not so much. So with a little bit of violence sprinkled on top of all this, you can see why a larger audience might not gravitate towards this anime. Now, how did it shape up in 2024? I mean, in terms of creative inspiration, this anime is everywhere. Still to this day, you see people resharing the art, editing their own AMVs, showcasing this cyberpunk beautiful older animation. And it's one of those anime that, although you might not have seen it, you have seen it, if that makes sense. You have seen the pictures and you have seen the effect across the industry. But how did it do financially? That's what we got to find out. So at first, the anime's budget was $5.7 million and the box sales reached $49 million, which honestly is great. I mean, we're almost sitting at 10x there. That's pretty good. But as of today, that number has almost doubled again. Eventually, Akira did over $80 million just in home sales alone. So although it was almost considered a flop at first, Akira ended up on top following the time skip arc. Anime number 3, Serial Experiments Lane. Now, one of my main reasonings for creating this list was to find older anime and to shine a spotlight on it. Call it a craving for nostalgia, call it whatever you want. Lately, I've found I'm just struggling to get into newer anime. So I thought, some of you out there must be dealing with the same thing. Why not make a list of some old bangers? This anime follows Lane, a shy and introverted high school girl who becomes drawn into The Wired, a virtual network resembling the internet. Now, all of this happened after she received an email from a classmate who recently died. Lane begins to explore the boundaries between the real world and The Wired. She uncovers unsettling truths about her identity, the nature of reality, and the possibility of the omnipresence within the digital realm. The series delves into existential questions about human connection and the impact of technology on society. Cool premise, right? I'm digging it. But there's one problem with this, right? It's niche. Too niche. Now, is being niche a problem? No. I mean, look at The Matrix. They have a similar kind of vibe going on, and one was successful and the other one fell on its ass. The difference between the two is obviously one is an anime and one isn't, but outside of that, one had great pacing and the other didn't. One had a world completely built into it that was interesting and fun to explore, and the other was filled with philosophical themes that no one could really understand. And although I feel like the best part of animation is hidden in these tropes and these themes, for the mainstream media, a lot of people don't enjoy it. So you can see why it might potentially flop. Now, what I saw in my research, a lot of people couldn't deal with the slow pace. And that made me think, wow, in the late 1990s, they had TikTok brain rot as well? Crazy. But yeah, it's safe to say this anime wasn't a huge success. But how did it do financially? Well, to be honest, I couldn't find any information on that online. So that kind of tells you how it went, right? Although what I will say is, the Serial Experiments Lane complete anime Blu-ray DVD combo retails for around $453 AUD. So do what you will with that information. Goddamn fucking rich anime nerds. Guys, girls, let me know what you thought of this video down below. Let me know if you have any banger older anime that you want to recommend. And don't forget to slap the shit out of that like and subscribe button and my anus. Plenty of videos moving forward, and I appreciate your support. Love you. Bye. Actually, wait. Click this video. Click this one. I gotta plug it. I gotta plug this video. Keep you in that little trap of my channel, watching all my videos. Yeah. Watch the videos. Love you. Bye.